Hey, what's up? How you doing? Day 21 check-in. So, um, I almost didn't get to do this today. It's raining outside, and I had a lot of things that I can do, and or I need to do, and I did. I accomplished a lot today. I'm really happy about that. So, here I am. What I was thinking to talk to you about today was the last time I owned a musical instrument. Now, besides my chimes, which I got when I was in Mongolia, I used to have a Remo drum, a djembe, and I used to, let's see, when I first got it, this was pre a lot of, well, actually, it was pre the deaths in my family. And it was a very short but special time where I had, um, it was just really unique. I was living in Boston. I was going to my only time at an art school for college, besides doing art at a state school. And while I was there, I got this drum. And the drum was a gift from my uncle, who I loved very much, who died many years ago now. And he just one day decided that he wanted to buy me a thing. And I was like, wow, I might get this drum then. And it was really special to me to have this item, this instrument. And I used to have this group of friends there that were pretty hippie. Now that I think back, they're very, very hippie. And so this was the early 90s or mid 90s. Let's see, probably 94 or so. I'm not sure. We had a drum circle, and it was usually at someone's apartment, this one apartment, which was a big, giant mess. And some days during the summertime, we would go up on the rooftops. And so we would climb up this hole in the roof and be out on these rooftops in Boston, and we would hold our drum circles out there. And nobody could really figure out which roof we were on, which was good because people didn't exactly like that we were up there. And there was a special freedom that recently in my dreams I actually was reminded of them. A certain freedom that I never had again, and you can't relive these things, right? But what I did relive recently was this sense of pre a lot of things, pre-addiction, pre-death. My grandfather died only a few months later, and that's when all the craziness started. This is before I even turned 21. Yeah, so I was reminded of this sense of me that I had completely forgotten about. And I just found that so interesting. So I just took the time to a little bit relive, go through what details I could remember, what neighborhood we were in Boston. I lived near the Fenway, not Fenway Park, but the Fenway, because the School of the Museum of Fine Arts was right there, and that's where I was going to school. And they lived walking distance from me, but not right there. So I'm not sure what neighborhood that was. I have no idea. But my point is that I took some time to relive the sense of the experience because I couldn't obviously relive any of this now. This is many years ago at this point. But what I was left with was an understanding of some of the threads in me, some of the through lines of my well-being, where it came from, and what it was like before a lot of really, really scary things happened, So that was the last time I owned an instrument. And when I hurt myself at the restaurant, when I moved to San Francisco, I was told that I couldn't play that drum ever again. Now, back then, I didn't really have the best sense of the body and how the body could heal and that you could go back to something like that. But because I had this injury, I mean, I've shown it to you some of you recently. I have a permanent shortened tendon in my thumb, and they thought it was going to permanently damage part of my hand, and I was concerned with still being able to paint and draw. So the doctors told me I could not play the drum, which I was really upset about. Not that I was playing it all the time, but the fact that my uncle got it for me. This was an important time of my life, and of over, at some point I gave it to my sister, and she just thought I was giving it to her because I couldn't play it, but I gave it to her because I was hoping that it would still be around. And it's not. As far as I know, it's gone. But that's my story of my last instrument. And today I got my Shruti box. Yay! So I'll talk about that another time, and I'm not going to give myself any grief about the amount of so's. Thank you so much for paying attention to these, and all the messages I'm getting are just very sweet. I'm glad to connect, and yeah, thanks.